Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Request for a sum of money. Several things grouped together are considered as a whole. The act of gathering something together. A publication containing a variety of works. Attractiveness that interests or pleases or stimulates. His smile was part of his appeal to her. Request for a sum of money. An appeal to raise money for starving children. Earnest or urgent request. An appeal for help. Be attractive to. The idea of a vacation appeals to me. Request earnestly, something from somebody, ask for aid or protection. Appeal to somebody for help. Cite as an authority, resort to. I appealed to the law of 1900. Challenge, a decision. She appealed the verdict. Law. A legal proceeding in which the appellant resorts to a higher court for the purpose of obtaining a review of a lower court decision and a reversal of the lower court's judgment or the granting of a new trial. Their appeal was denied in the superior court. Take a court case to a higher court for review. He was found guilty but appealed immediately. Request for a sum of money. Request for a sum of money. The act of enticing a person to do something wrong, as an offer of sex in return for money. An entreaty addressed to someone of superior status. A solicitation to the king for relief. Several things grouped together are considered as a whole. The act of accumulating. An increase by natural growth or addition. Finance. Profits that are not paid out as dividends but are added to the capital base of the corporation. Several things grouped together are considered as a whole. The act of gathering something together. A system of components assembled together for a particular purpose. Several things grouped together are considered as a whole. A group of persons together in one place. The social act of assembling. The act of gathering something together. The act of gathering something together. A publication containing a variety of works. A concise but comprehensive summary of a larger work. Logic. A declaration of something self-evident. Something that can be assumed as the basis for argument. A formal message requesting something that is submitted to an authority. A formal message requesting something that is submitted to an authority. Reverent petition to a deity. Write a petition for something to somebody. Request formally and in writing. Express the need or desire for. She requested an extra bed in her room. The verbal act of requesting. A formal message requesting something that is submitted to an authority. Ask. A person, to do something. I requested that she type the entire manuscript. Inquire for information. I requested information from the secretary. Any number of entities, members, considered as a unit. A system for classifying things into groups. The activity of putting things together in groups. A set that is closed, associative, has an identity element and every element has an inverse. Form a group or group together. Any number of entities, members, considered as a unit. Chemistry. Two or more atoms bound together as a single unit and forming part of a molecule. Arrange into a group or groups. Can you group these shapes together? The business of issuing printed matter for sale or distribution. The act of issuing printed materials. A copy of a printed work offered for distribution. The communication of something to the public, making information generally known. British, solicitation of money usually for a benevolent purpose. A collection of things or persons to be handled together. Often followed by, of, a large number or amount or extent. A batch of letters. All the loaves of bread baked at the same time. Batch together. Assemble or process as a batch. An assault in which the assailant makes physical contact. A series of stamps operated in one mortar for crushing ores. The heavy fire of artillery to saturate an area rather than hit a specific target. A device that produces electricity. May have several primary or secondary cells arranged in parallel or series. A collection of related things intended for use together. Took a battery of achievement tests. A unit composed of the pitcher and catcher. Group of guns or missile launchers operated together at one place. The science that studies living organisms. All the plant and animal life of a particular region. Characteristic life processes and phenomena of living organisms. The biology of viruses. All the plant and animal life of a particular region. An obstruction in a pipe or tube. We had to call a plumber to clear out the blockage in the drainpipe. The act of obstructing or deflecting someone's movements. A platform from which an auctioneer sells. They put their paintings on the block. A three-dimensional shape with 6 square or rectangular sides. Prohibit the conversion or use of assets. An inability to remember or think of something you normally can do, often caused by emotional tension. I knew his name perfectly well, but I had a temporary block. Stop from happening or developing. Be unable to remember. You are blocking the name of your first wife. Block passage through. A simple machine consisting of a wheel with a groove in which a rope can run to change the direction or point of application of a force applied to the rope. Render unsuitable for passage. Block the way. Shut out from view or get in the way so as to hide from sight. The thick curtain blocked the action on the stage. Interfere with or prevent the reception of signals. Block the signals emitted by this station. Obstruct. Her arteries are blocked. A metal casting containing the cylinders and cooling ducts of an engine. The engine had to be replaced because the block was cracked. A rectangular area in a city surrounded by streets and usually containing several buildings. He lives in the next block. Impede the movement of an opponent or a ball. Block an attack. Hinder or prevent the progress or accomplishment of. His brother blocked him at every turn. A number or quantity of related things dealt with as a unit. He reserved a large block of seats. A solid piece of something, usually having flat rectangular sides. The pyramids were built with large stone blocks. Computer science, a sector or group of sectors that function as the smallest data unit permitted. Since blocks are often defined as a single sector, the terms block and sector are sometimes used interchangeably. Housing in a large building that is divided into separate units. There is a block of classrooms in the West Wing. Interrupt the normal function of by means of anesthesia. Block a nerve. Run on a block system. Block trains. Shape by using a block. Block a garment. Shape into a block or blocks. Block the graphs so one can see the results clearly. Stamp or emboss a title or design on a book with a block. Block the book cover. Support, secure, or raise with a block. Block a plate for printing. Physical objects consisting of a number of pages bound together. He used a large book as a doorstop. A record in which commercial accounts are recorded. They got a subpoena to examine our books. The sacred writings of Islam revealed by God to the Prophet Muhammad during his life at Mecca and Medina. A compilation of the known facts regarding something or someone. His name is in all the record books. A written version of a play or other dramatic composition, used in preparing for a performance. The sacred writings of the Christian religions. A collection of rules or prescribed standards on the basis of which decisions are made. They run things by the book around here. Arrange for and reserve something for someone else in advance. The agent booked tickets to the show for the whole family. A collection of playing cards satisfying the rules of a card game. A major division of a long written composition. The Book of Isaiah. A number of sheets, ticket or stamps, etc., bound together on one edge. He bought a book of stamps. A written work or composition that has been published, printed on pages bound together. I am reading a good book on economics. Engage for a performance. Her agent had booked her for several concerts in Tokyo. Record a charge in a police register. The policeman booked her when she tried to solicit a man. Register in a hotel booker. The branch of biology that studies plants. All the plant life in a particular region or period. The botany of China. A collection of bottles. Her bottle collection is arranged on glass shelves in the window. Collecting bottles for reuse. The activity of collecting bottles. Bottle collection as a hobby of hers. An informal body of friends. Form into a bunch. The frightened children bunched together in the corner of the classroom. A grouping of a number of similar things. A bunch of trees. Any collection in its entirety. Gather or cause to gather into a cluster. She bunched her fingers into a fist. A large sum of money, especially as pay or profit. She made a bundle selling real estate. Sleep fully clothed in the same bed with one's betrothed. A collection of things wrapped or boxed together. Compress into a wad. Gather or cause to gather into a cluster. A package of several things tied together for carrying or storing. Make into a bundle. He bundled up his few possessions. Any collection in its entirety. She bought the whole caboodle. A collection of things sharing a common attribute. A general concept that marks divisions or coordinations in a conceptual scheme. The isthmus joining North America and South America extends from the southern border of Mexico to the northern border of Colombia. The nations of Central America collectively. A body of students who graduate together. The class of 97. People having the same social, economic, or educational status. The working class. Arrange or order by classes or categories. How would you classify these pottery shards? Are they prehistoric? Education imparted in a series of lessons or meetings. Flirting is not unknown in college classes. A body of students who are taught together. Early morning classes are always sleepy. A collection of things sharing a common attribute. There are two classes of detergents. A league ranked by quality. He played baseball in Class D for 2 years. Biology, a taxonomic group containing one or more orders. Elegance in dress or behavior. She has a lot of class.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.